Hello, everybody. Jay-Z's reputation is taking another major hit on this Wednesday morning. Let's talk about it. So, I was not going to talk about this at all because I think it's buffoonery. I think it's tomfoolery and I think it is stupidity. Okay. That Alex Spiro, again, I like to hold out hope for people until they give me a reason why I can't believe them. Go watch my most recent Jay-Z videos and you'll see that that is what I do. But Alex Spiro wasn't even on the case for 2 weeks before he'd said something that basically makes me not able to trust a single word that ever comes out the man's mouth again in this case. And that was, as we know, Jay-Z has been sued along with Diddy by a Jane Doe. The Jane Doe went on NBC News and did an interview. And it was just kind of like the shadow of her, like her face wasn't in there. And she did this interview with Chloe Malos, who is a known Mockingbird industry shill, in my opinion. And basically, Chloe Malos at NBC, who was formerly at CNN, who was formerly at Hollywood Life.
Hey guys, it's Chloe with your Hollywood Life Says, and it really looked like Selena Gomez was gonna break down and take Justin Bieber back, and we have all the details about their secret rendezvous in Beverly Hills. But first, in case you haven't been following all of the ever-changing drama between them, Emily, can you break it down and fill us in?
Of course I will.
She basically learned for the first time in her 10 or 15 year journalism career how to vet a source, and she did it up on this Jane Doe. Okay. So Chloe Malos wanted to be Nancy Drew. I guess she was in her That Surprise Witness era, and she wanted to vet the allegations of the person, the Jane Doe, against not against Diddy. No, nobody's ever bothered to do that. Nobody bothered to do that for Diddy. It wasn't until Jay-Z was accused of doing something that Chloe Malos wanted to go ahead and vet a source over there at NBC. So they basically tear this woman apart. I mean, it was a whole 12 to 24 hours of just like commentary and news and headlines and speculation and YouTube videos of just tearing this woman apart. And there was also some commentary videos, YouTube videos, et cetera, like defending the woman and saying like, look, all you have to do is move the year over and it all lines up. Or, all you have to do is look at this or that. And so again, I said what I needed to say. I really wasn't trying to talk about this anymore. But then you had Alex Spiro, who was also the lawyer who got Alec Baldwin off on the manslaughter or whatever charges during the Russ trial situation. He's the one who got Alec off. And look, listen, I mean, everybody deserves the right to a zealous defense and all of that. But Alex Spiro, he did a press conference over there at the Roc Nation headquarters, and he made himself look so stupid, in my opinion, by misleading the public. I don't know if he did it on purpose. I don't know, maybe somebody lied to him, but he should have vetted before he came out and said it. He came out and told us, the public, an untrue statement. He said Diddy and Jay-Z weren't friends. No, they just industry acquaintances like anybody else, just like he would know a lawyer in his industry.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case.
I hope he ain't doing the stuff with the lawyers in his industry, what Jay-Z was doing with Diddy. I really hope. But anyway, I mean, like I said, the statement was so obviously demonstrably untrue and false that people immediately started putting together compilations of proof that goes back for like 20 years, maybe 30, that Jay-Z and Diddy are way more than just friends. They've called each other family. They've called each other brothers and every other thing else, Black King gods and everything else. So no, I mean, Alex Spiro missed me with the lies. Again, I was not going to talk about it because I think it's a circus. I don't want to focus on these lies coming from these lawyers. I want to focus on the court documents. But y'all, this morning it's like 5:45 a.m. And I'm just strolling around on the internet, definitely not minding my own business, and I see something that I had to cover. Somebody's coming out that makes Alex Spiro look even more like a pathetic liar than he already does. You know what, riding for Jay-Z. He looks more pathetic than ever after reading this story. So let me show it to you. Now, this came out last night. So it came out late. I don't know if anybody's even covered this yet, but it says, I don't know how to say this, Naughty's video vixen claims she was presented as a gift to Diddy and performed SE acts for Jay-Z to prove her worthiness, as she alleges how hip-hop stars passed women around the industry. Video vixen Karrine Steffans, maybe it's Karrine, has claimed she was presented as a gift to Sean Diddy Combs as she reflected on her time working in music videos. The American author, who goes by the name Elizabeth Ovison, published her first book, Confessions of a Video Vixen, back in 2005. Y'all, these are not new allegations. Why didn't anybody ever come forward before? Why didn't anybody say it until now? This lady published a book 20 years ago, which means she started probably trying to tell people before the book came out. Okay? Okay. So I don't want to hear why didn't anybody come out. Okay? Because this lady been trying to tell people since for 20 years. Were y'all listening? No, you weren't. You weren't. Now, to be fair, I never heard of this book either. But you know what does come to my mind? Erica Kennedy's book, Bling, which is allegedly, supposedly fiction. But I'm starting to wonder. I mean, Erica's no longer with us, so it ain't like we could ask her. Anyway, she published this book, Elizabeth. She goes by Elizabeth, but her name's Karina. In 2005, as she opened up about being passed around by men in the music industry. The star, who is now a New York Times best-selling author, began her career as an actress and video vixen, appearing in more than 20 music videos in the hip-hop industry. And, you know, I mean, a lot of people come to my mind. I mean, I'm thinking about Kim Porter. I'm thinking about Big Joe Sherman, who apparently was carrying the big camcorder around to make music videos. And I'm wondering, you know, he's saying that this girl was paid $10,000 back in 1995 at Biggie's house to do a music video. And it's making me wonder, what is up with the music videos? Is there some uncut scenes and footage that we'll never see that got sold to billionaires? I mean, I just have questions. Maybe Karina Elizabeth could tell us. Her first book in the series, it's a series. The first book in the series details her relationships of the S nature with rappers, from Diddy to Usher to Shaquille O'Neal, as well as Jay-Z and Diddy, who are under increased scrutiny due to recent allegations. Diddy, 55 years old, is currently behind bars in a Brooklyn detention center after being charged with racketeering, ST, fraud, coercion, transportation, etc., etc. Meanwhile, earlier this month, Jay-Z, also 55, they're the same age, was hit with a civil suit that claims he assaulted a 13-year-old girl on September 7th, 2000, after the MTV VMAs. So this is the lady that wrote the book. She's the video vixen. Speaking to the Daily Beast, she likened what was happening to the Me Too movement, which began in 2017, but she says it's taken a while for people to catch up and realize that the world of hip-hop is just as murky as Hollywood. And I think that this is a long time coming, right? It's not just movies, it's not just TV. All these people are friends with each other, please. They go to parties together and they send each other Christmas and Hanukkah presents. Let's not be stupid. Look, she says it, quote, and this is in her interview to the Daily Mail. They all know the same people with few degrees of separation between them. They have the same handlers, go to the same parties, share each other's jets, yachts, and islands. They abide by the same lawless code. Recalling her encounter with Diddy, Karina explained she was engaged in an S relationship with American rapper and music executive Irv Gotti. At the time, he would often, quote, send her to people that he wanted to impress. She wrote in her book, whenever there was someone who Gotti wanted to impress, he would send me to them and I would, quote, take care of them. One of those people was Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. She claimed when Gotti arranged for her to go to Diddy's house one evening where she alleges they engaged in S intercourse. And that's her right there. Here's Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. And she claims this is the guy she was dating and he would send her off to people. So basically a PIMP. And look, listen, I mean, I'm not making any allegations that these people weren't singing about in their own songs. I mean, what was the pimp culture back then? From 2000 to 2010, what was all of that about? Thank God it's Friday night. Can we talk about that? Or is it okay? We could talk about that now or no? We still acting like people acting like pimps was okay. I'm a motherfucker PIMP. No. Let's stop with all of that. All big pimp. No. Because apparently, I mean, that's how they was acting if these allegations are true. So she claims this was her boyfriend she was dating, or she was engaged in a relationship with him, and then she got sent to this guy's house, and then, Ja Rule had did stuff with her too. Diddy and I spent the next 15 minutes or so engaging in the usual. After the experience, he said, "You're one of the best." I said the same to him when in actuality he was average. Oh, our encounter was pretty straightforward. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, over the course of her career, she earned herself the nickname Super. And she has spoken candidly about how she would take her clothes off for money during her time as a stripper and dancer. She also recalled her encounter with Jay-Z, as she alleged how she proved her worthiness after she appeared in his Hey Poppy music video back in 2000. Around the same time, he met Beyonce. After filming that video, the rapper invited her for a drive in his car and she accepted, explaining she felt comfortable in his company. They chatted for a while, and then the star's driver pulled over and exited the vehicle, leaving them alone together for her to perform her act on him. That's her right there. She claims in the book, after a few moments of silence, Jay-Z pulled out his downstairs, did a little bit of a rapping situation, and placed his hand on the back of her head. She said she was being a good girl, thanking Jay-Z and proving her worthiness of the kindness he had shown to let her be in the video. She said, "I was doing what I had been taught." And that's something that we're going to have to start to become open-minded to, y'all, is that this grooming type of behavior begins at very early ages, a lot of times from people's parents and a lot of times from their loved ones, their own boyfriends and stuff like that. She said, "We carried on in the car for a while and then went back to the set as if nothing happened. And every once in a while we shared a glance and a half a smile." Karrine went on to explain that the pair was never intimate again. Unlike some of the others, there were no games, no long phone conversations, and no dates. She said, "Jay-Z made no professions of love for me, nor did he make any promises. It was all very straightforward. It was what it was, nothing more. Since that day in the car, he remained a gentleman, and it seemed as if nothing had ever happened between us. And in a way, nothing really had." So they both just kind of dissociated and did the act and then never mentioned it again until this book. Mail Online contacted Jay-Z and Gotti's representatives for comment. Speaking in an interview with Vlad TV, Vladimir makes his rounds, okay? Vladimir gets around, he makes his rounds, he gets around. And I don't think it's a coincidence that his stuff ends up getting cited in court documents. Now, if you didn't do anything wrong, go ahead. Bet you Keefy D wishes he didn't do that Vlad interview, that's what I'll say. Speaking in an interview with Vladimir TV back in 2015, this lady, she insinuated that the pair realized they didn't connect sexually after the incident in the car and admitted they were no longer in contact. So she was like, "I don't think, I did what I was supposed to do, but I don't really think, we were compatible sexually." And that was maybe why we didn't ever hook up again. She said, "Jay-Z looked out for me on that first shoot. He always made sure I got the positioning I needed to get noticed. He made sure I got the pay I needed, whatever I needed." So it almost feels like she's kind of like doing a little bit of reputation rehab for him in this book. I mean, she's saying that she did do stuff with him, but she doesn't say that he is the reason for it. She says she had been taught to do that. She said he was always nice. She said she felt comfortable with him and all of that. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe it's just like in relation to all the horrible, heinous things we've heard in the last few months, this doesn't seem that bad. I don't know. Maybe they groomed me, girl. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, it does seem like she's trying to kind of soften the edges for Jay-Z. Look at that thing. Ugh. We only had one encounter that was beyond a friendship. The thing is, you're around someone so much, there's a tension and there's this thing like you want You want to, and you try it, and then you think, oh, okay, let's just be cool. That doesn't work. That's how it ended. And I don't think I've seen him in, I don't know how many years. And this is the same year that he ended up with Beyonce, apparently. Or he met Beyonce, apparently. Karrine also co-starred alongside Vin Diesel in the action movie A Man Apart, confessing the two also had an intimate relationship. Knowing everyone in the industry, Karrine has also claimed that she embarked on a 6-month relationship with Whitney Houston's husband, Bobby Brown, during a period when he was separated from the singer. Now, Bobby Brown's bodyguard is allegedly who discovered Usher at a Star Search talent show. So Bobby Brown, he's from New Edition, but then he also went off on his own. He's very, very integrated and connected into this web situation. He keeps popping up, and his bodyguard, AJ Alexander. So she apparently dated Bobby Brown a little bit for 6 months. Speaking with Max Paul, she candidly admitted, I always say this, I was the best lover. I was the one that made them feel good. The star also had a long-running relationship with Lil Wayne, with her admitting that she would never stop seeing Lil Wayne for anyone. And even when she was with her husband, she would leave him to meet Wayne in the early hours of the morning. Girl. Jay-Z's murky past relationships have been thrust back into the spotlight after the news that the rapper has been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. Weeks after the alleged incident, he went public with Beyonce, then 19 years old. Okay, so after this alleged incident happened, the Poppy music video, that's when Jay-Z went public with Beyonce at an Armani exhibition. But a photo was revealed that they actually first met in late 97, when Destiny's Child star was only 16 and Jay-Z was 28. He is 12 years older than her. Although there's no suggestion that at that time anything improper occurred. However, Beyonce was not the only teenager that Jay-Z was linked to around the same time period, with rumors continuing to this day that he had a relationship with teenage rap sensation Foxy Brown, although she has denied these claims. She began her career in the music industry in 1994 when she was 15 years old. But it's believed that it wasn't until 1995, when she was 16 or maybe just turned 17, that Jay-Z discovered Foxy and recorded the explicit rap song Ain't No Bleep with her. Meanwhile, from 95 to 2000, Jay-Z was also embroiled in a 5-year affair with his rap rival Nas's on-again, off-again girlfriend Carmen Bryan, which resulted in her falling pregnant, age 26. So Jay-Z got his rap rival's girlfriend pregnant. According to this Daily Mail article, girl, I mean, I wasn't there. I didn't do a pregnancy test. I don't know. I didn't do the DNA test. I didn't bring him to Mari. I don't know. I'm just reading, okay, from the Daily Mail. Jay-Z has closely guarded his relationship history prior to Beyonce, but he was also romantically linked to various women in 2000, including Rosario Dawson, R&B singer Blue Cantrell, rapper Charlie Baltimore, and video vixen, who we're talking about in this article, Karrine Steffans. He was also spotted with the late singer Aaliyah, who had been victimized by R. Kelly as a minor and died in a plane crash just 1 year later. So that's pretty much it for that article. But I do just want to say, even though it seems like Karrine / whatever her name is, Elizabeth, even though she does seem to be kind of like softening the edges in her book around the Jay-Z fiasco of it all, it could be he just wasn't the worst to her. I also just want to point out that the actual allegation that she is making is that she was used as a object in order to impress men in the rap industry, in the hip hop industry. And it was what she had, quote, been trained and taught to do. Okay, so just because she seems to be trying to soften the blows around Jay-Z doesn't mean that what she is actually still implying is that she was taught to do an act on a person so that she could get a job. Okay, so she also is very clear that Jay-Z encouraged the act. Again, I wasn't there. This was 2005. I was probably 14 years old. Okay, I was in Louisiana on the bayou. I wasn't there. I don't know. But I do think that it is important to look back on all the people who maybe have been trying to tell us that something's been amiss in this industry for so long, okay? And nobody's been listening to them, because all I keep hearing a lot of y'all say is, why didn't they say anything earlier? Why didn't they say anything before? Why didn't they? People did. People been saying things, all right? Now, I do think the best thing that Alex Spiro could do is recant the statement that he made publicly, because it makes him look not credible. Same thing that Mark Agnifilo is suffering with right now. Now we can't believe a word that comes out the man's mouth because you don't know what's true. There's just no conceivable way that you could possibly argue that Jay-Z and Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs are nothing more than industry acquaintances. They've called each other family. They've acted like family. And now, I mean, does it come as a surprise to me that Jay-Z, in the midst of a battle, in the midst of a storm, that Jay-Z would act like a little scared? Does it surprise me? No, but that's why I don't get scared of these people, because really, if you turn that light to shine it right back on them, it's them who's the scared little baby rats. You've been calling this man family for the last 25 years. Family. Now y'all don't know each other? Behavior. That's all I really had for today. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye. Welcome into my world. You're playing my game. Thought that you could come up and fitting off of my name. Talking out the side of your neck like you're insane. Cortisol levels to the roof. Inflame. Kids these days so shameless. Selling out real friends for a paycheck. Mama didn't teach them no home training. Wanna be me so bad, but they failing. Step to the plate though. I'll take a challenger. I ain't scared of no low life scavenger. I should warn you though, if you haven't heard, I ain't no Colleen ukulele ballager. Shots been fired. Run and tell that. Say it to my face though. Now behind my back. Won't be long till you share it in the group chat. And when I call you up, you're gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. As we go